She took pleasure in her murderous handiwork. So this relates to a statement that was made by Nick Johnson during one instance of summing up, where he said, "The truth is, ladies and gentlemen, that Lucy Letby had a fascination with the babies she had murdered and attempted to murder and with their families. She took pleasure in her murderous handiwork." Now, I'm sure you get all kinds of bombastic statements being made in court cases that are untrue, but I think particularly to describe this as the truth, when there is literally zero supporting evidence for this, is pretty fanciful. Particularly the assertion that she took pleasure in her murderous handiwork, for which there is no evidence whatsoever. So there was no evidence. The police have absolutely rifled through everything that she's ever written, everything she's ever texted to anyone, anything that she's done online. They've excavated her entire life. There's no evidence of even referencing any murders, let alone that she took pleasure in them. There's nothing from her demeanour that was considered unusual. So the nurses all spoke very fondly of her, as we've seen in previous videos. And she, as is stated here, she sobbed in court. She sobbed during the police interview. She was known to sob on the unit. Catherine DeBager has said she was very emotional and very upset during her counselling sessions. Karen Reese would say she was very emotional about things in an appropriate and normal way. There's just absolutely no evidence whatsoever to suggest that she took pleasure in her so-called murderous handiwork. I might as well say, Prosecutor Nick Johnson, let me phrase it the way he phrased it. The truth is, ladies and gentlemen, that Prosecutor Nick Johnson enjoys flinging cats into rivers in his spare time. Obviously, I don't believe that. It's categorically untrue. But I have as much evidence for that as he has for what he's asserted. But he's described what he said as the truth, and he stood up in a trial, in a court case, and said, "This is the truth." The only thing to prevent it from being the truth is we don't have any supporting evidence for that whatsoever.